A common question we get is lever versus prong. Should I get the lever belt or should I get the prong belt? And in this video, I'm going to cover the things that you need to know in order to make that decision for yourself. First, I'll start with the similarities. These belts are made out of the same materials, same type of construction. There's no difference in support between these two belts once they're on, okay? In other words, once you have the belt on, the way it's going to feel and how much support it's going to give you is not going to change whether it's prong or lever. Another thing, and this is on, at least on Dominion belts, the sizing is also the same. So if you have, say, a small prong belt from Dominion and a small lever belt from Dominion, those will fit exactly the same. They also have the same range of adjustability. They both have that 10-inch range of adjustment. So those are the similarities. The differences, it's pretty obvious, the buckle type. Let's talk about the prong belt first. The prong is kind of the classic design, old school, whatever you want to call it. When most people think of a weightlifting belt, something that looks like this is what they think of. The thing with the prong belt is it's very easy to change size. So if you go to put this on and you decide you want to wear it one size for one lift, you want to wear it one tighter for another lift, that's very easy to change. It's also very easy if you're, say, bulking or cutting. So each time you come into the gym, you might have a slightly different waist size and you need to go one notch tighter or looser. That's very easy to do with a prong belt. The downside of a prong, if you want to call it that, is it is more difficult to buckle than the lever. There's one thing you can do. I've shown this before, but I'll show it again. It's called the rack trick. You can use the rack, tuck the end of the belt around that, rotate away, and use that to pull the belt tight. It makes it much easier. So that's the prong belt. Very easy to move between sizes, slightly more difficult to buckle. Now let's go to the lever belt. This right here is why a lot of people like the lever. You put the prongs in, flip it closed, you're done. Take it off. You can even do it with just your thumb, flip it open. So that ease of buckling and unbuckling is what makes a lever attractive to so many people. The downside with the lever is that it's more difficult to change sizes. To change sizes, you have to move this lever, and to move the lever, you've got to have a screwdriver. So like we said before, if you want to change tightness between lifts or you're bulking, cutting, whatever, and your waist size is changing, it's not that you can't change the size, it's just that it's going to take more work to do that. But again, the thing you gain is that easy buckling and unbuckling. So now all that said, which belt should you choose? For most people, especially lifters who are starting out, the prong belt is a better choice. The reason being, if you're new to lifting, I've just said a bunch of stuff that doesn't make a lot of sense to you yet. You don't know, for instance, if you want to use a different tightness on one lift versus the other. You may have an idea whether you want to go up and down in weight, and that's actually very common for someone who's starting weight training, is they're going to be either losing inches or gaining weight. And that makes the prong a really attractive option because it's going to be so much easier to do that change in size. And some people, of course, just like the classic look of the prong belt. That's absolutely fine too. Let's say you have been training a while and you know some of these things about yourself. You know that you're very consistent, say, in your waist size, or that you use the same tightness on all the lifts. The lever belt can be a very good option because it's very easy on off. There's no messing with the buckle or anything like that. You just flip it open, flip it closed, and you're good to go. It's also why you see lever belts used a lot in competition, because on competition day, you know what size you're going to be, you know what tightness you need, and the last thing you want to do is be fiddling with your belt on the platform as you're setting up the lift. So you'll see lever belts a lot in competition. So to wrap up the whole gist of this video in just a couple sentences, it's that the prong belt is much easier to change sizes between the holes, but it's a little bit more difficult to buckle. The lever belt is very easy to buckle, but it's a little more difficult to change sizes. After that, at least on Dominion belts, everything is the same. Same feel, same support, same construction, same materials. I hope this video has been helpful. If you have any more questions, please drop those in the comments. I'll answer all those. Please give us a like and subscribe. That's very helpful to us. If you want to check out our belts, DominionStrengthTraining.com. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.